welcome back to Cork+Cracker Wine Talk. This is part 2 of our video series regarding wine preservation and opening bottles of wine. So our first video was all about opening the bottles. It cut a little bit short at the end, and so what I wanted to say is just pick your tool, whatever you're comfortable with. And so with this, now that we've opened 5 bottles of wine, we have to preserve them somehow, because as much as Michelle and I like to drink wine, 5 bottles is a little much for us on a Sunday evening. So the first device I want to talk about is a Coravin, and we talked about this in the opening segment. And so this uses a needle. It pulls a little bit of the wine out. The cork reseals itself, so you never actually open the bottle. So this is a great way to preserve your wine, because you're not actually exposing it to air. This works really well. Problem is it's $200, so it's rather expensive, but it works great if you're just one of those folks who want to have a nice glass of wine once in a while. So what we're going to do with our 5 bottles here, I've marked each one of them. I'm going to take some notes about the flavor of the wine. We're using Snoqualmie, which is about a $12 bottle from Washington State, a Cab Merlot blend. And so I wanted to use a wine that was a little bit less expensive to show you that how a bottle in this price range will last with these different types of preservation. So the first bottle that we've opened, we're going to pour about a half a glass out, and then we're just going to put the cork back in it, and we're going to put it in the refrigerator. And each day I'll take about a half a glass out. We'll try it and see what it tastes like. I'm going to make some notes after we get done here about the flavors of each bottle of wine. Make sure they're all consistent. Our second bottle, we're going to use a VacuVin, and this comes with this little rubber stopper, and it's got a vacuum. You just pull this up, pump it a couple times, and it pulls the air out. Again, we're going to pull about a half a glass out and check that each day. Our third bottle is oh, lost my cork. We're going to use an argon gas, and this is called wine preserver. Argon is a little bit heavier than air, so it's going to displace the oxygen or the air that's in there. So you're just going to put this down in there. You're going to have your cork kind of ready, and just do a couple real short squirts. Pull the tube out there and put that in, and you're going to store this upright. It creates a barrier and keeps the oxygen that is still in there from touching the wine. Our fourth bottle, we're going to use what is called a platypus, and it's actually a bag, and I've not used this before either. And so with this, you're actually going to pour your leftover wine in this bag. You're going to push out the air and then seal it back up so that there's no air in the bag. And then you can store, they say you can store this on the counter for several days or even several weeks. You just pour out what you want and then reseal it by pushing out all of the air. So I'm going to fill that up a little later, because I know I'll spill it all over the place. And then the last bottle, we're just going to put the cork back in it and set it on the counter and see what happens. And each day we'll take some notes and see which one lasts the longest, which one still has the most flavor, and we'll report back. This may be a week or two before we get back to you, but I don't know, if you have a bottle for longer than a week or so, you should probably just drink it. So thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.